So part of our focus today will be about getting in there as quickly as possible, addressing problems when they're as small as possible, having those conversations when they are the least volatile they can be, and returning to a track of excellence as quickly, as efficiently, and as effectively as possible. So quickly, just let me know who here is not interested. Clearly. Because this is the deal, hey? This is the deal. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about some tools and strategies that hopefully you can find useful and that you can incorporate into your own authentic way of going. I don't want you to imitate me. I don't want you to imitate a system. I don't want you to put somebody else's hat on when you go into this. I want you to be your strength. I want you to be yourself. I want you to be authentic. And if there's some tools I can give you that you can weave into your natural way of going that amplify your excellence, that's the direction I'd like to head today. Does that resonate for you? That you make this your own. So what we're going to talk about today is a framework, just kind of for directing a conversation, a pathway, a critical path to follow so that when you get in it, you've got some support until you kind of find your footing and start rolling, and some very specific skills and techniques that hopefully can move you through to the essence of the thing, unpack its full depth, get it done, and get it done well. Does that resonate for you? Anybody here watch Hoarders? That's a tough segue, isn't it? Anybody here watch the show Hoarders or has heard of the show Hoarders or kind of knows what I mean when I say hoarders? Or has currently a family member that you might be thinking about moving into supported care and you're going through their hoard? Here's what's interesting about hoarding. I want you to imagine hoarding existing within the workplace. But I want you to imagine it existing in a conversation. And that every time we go to a conversation and we look at it and we go, I don't have time for that right now. It becomes no different than a box that we set aside in our office. Does that make sense? And that they accumulate. And as they accumulate, you get that you're sidestepping around them as you go into work. That you're sidestepping this hoard, and it's kind of emotional clutter then, isn't it? When we think about how that starts to stack up, I want you to think about your workplace and think about where the boxes are. So what do we do with a hoard? What's that? You ignore it, and then pretty soon you have a pathway to your office. You have 3 square feet in which you may work. Your pathway to the photocopier is cluttered with other people's hoard then. So you're sidestepping over Bob's hoard and then, kind of shimmying past Janice's until you get to, all of a sudden our efficiency and our effectiveness start to be diminished. You got a couple of choices. You can just bulldoze the whole place, hey? And that has happened. But I'm going to guess that in your workplace, that's probably the most direct route to not success, to not where you want to go. So if we imagine redefining that and asking ourselves, what do you do with your hoard? You know what you do with your hoard? You pick up every box, you open it up, and you get it done. Fantastic consultant who works here in Calgary named Karen Turner, who's in Turner Efficiency, and she's got a great acronym, Only Handle It Once. Whatever you got, get it done well, go to the heart of the thing, find meaningful solution, find a meaningful resolution, and only handle it once. I might ask you how much surplus time you have. Has everybody got, you just got oodles of it? I walk into the day, I'm like, I've got 2, 3, 4 completely and totally unassigned hours. I'd like to spend that time reworking. I'd like to spend that time recovering track I've already gone. There is not a woman here who says that I don't have enough to do. So what I want to talk about then is approaching these conversations with that vision of only handling it once. Get it done, open the boxes, address what's in them. Address them to solution and resolution. Set it aside, and then think about how it's going to feel in your workplace when there's no clutter.